having with us Mayor-elect W. Wilson Goode. Fulfilling his promise to come back again when he could spend a little more time, and I'm very happy that he did say tonight that he has a couple of hours to spend with us. And I do hope that you can relax and you can just enjoy Father Divine's presence and what his presence has brought to all of us. I welcome you once again to Father Divine's Holy Communion Banquet Table, and I welcome all of our very distinguished guests. Thank you, Father, that we will proceed after we have a word from This is America, sing by God in liberty. Mercy forth in brotherhood, a nation rebirth, the people free, praise God for this is America, a glory days of freedom new. We revere its glorious colors, the red, the white, the blue. Its symbols we live and express, Americanism and brotherhood. In democracy and Christianity, we live and in fraternity. And compare this union of heart, our foundation is God's holy heart. This is America, a nation free. Made possible. And if each one of us does our part in making it a reality within our lives, in our bodies, and in our daily affairs, and touching those with whom we come in contact, this contagion of God's presence can fill the earth. God, the creative power of the universe, is greater than anything that is in opposition, or apparently in opposition to him. If there appears to be an opposition, it's only an opportunity for us to overcome it and to prove that God is almighty. To know that God is infinite goodness. Yes. And he's not confined or bound to any expression, but he is universal and takes on bodies as he wills according to the way they can do his will. In this way we can free everyone, and we can unite with any and everyone who expresses the goodness of God to the extent that they are able. And as we do it in all sincerity, then God is with us and is in us to lead us on to higher heights and deeper depths. This day I thank God for the reality of his presence amongst us, and that he is legalized in these United States, and we're going to hold to it. In God we trust, and we're not going to live in fear and our minds be bound and enslaved by the negative forces that seem so apparent in this world today. I know that if we unite, as we are in this very room tonight, the forces of the other fellow have to flee and have to go back into their nothingness from whence they came. So happy tonight. I am happy to look over this audience and see the expression of real America. it as human beings. That we really are children of one universal Father. I thank God for this American culture that Father Divine has made a reality, and that we can let go everything that's less than this high standard and promote this standard of righteous living, this standard of abundance, knowing there is an abundance and a full and a plenty for everyone. Father Divine demonstrated it. And so we could have the faith to know that anyone who preaches lacks, wants, and limitations and all of these negative things, it's not the truth. Because we have experienced it. Anyone who has been with Father Divine over the years, through depression, through wars, through famine, through all of the negative things, there's always been a full and a plenty for everyone. Do right. It's very simple. But unity is truly the answer. And that's why I am so proud that the mayor-elect of Philadelphia is sitting at Father Divine's table tonight. And that he can be his real self. Yes. And I pray God's blessings on him to be his real self. To stand in the integrity God has given him. To stand in the humility of the Spirit that he expresses. And to stand in the righteousness that he knows as he loves God and serves his fellow man. You know, Father Divine taught us that God shows his love for us in the blessings that he bestows upon us. And we show our love for him by giving service. And it's wonderful that you have this great opportunity, and God has qualified you. I know he's qualified you. And I'm so happy because this is a dream come true for us to see someone like Wilson Goode. Sung the song, I Love America, and it ends up, America, will you fulfill your destiny now? Your destiny now to express the brotherhood of man, because in that unity, God is present. Father used to tell the story about the little boy that wanted to join the church. The point is, Father says, I am in the churches now. When you get integration in, God is there. And when you segregate and discriminate, God is not there. And it's as simple as the principles of electricity. The flow of the Spirit of life that brings energy, inspiration, and all that we need is cut off. We must be united in the will of God, according to the laws of God. We must be united. That's where the unity is, in the principles of true Americanism. That is the legalization of God's laws for man to govern himself in society. And if we stand united in these principles, then there's nothing that can be restrained from us to do. It says it in the Bible, in the 11th chapter of Genesis, when the people were endeavoring to build the tower up into Babel, the tower of Babel up into heaven. And because they were united, they would have accomplished their endeavors, and that's why God came and confounded their languages so they would be disunited, because that was not the way to go to heaven. Showing us that if you're united in anything, you can accomplish your endeavors. So that is the main thing that we must strive for, to be united. But united in the principles of righteousness, justice, and truth. Not in personalities, not where you have to give honor and consideration to man, regardless, that cause you to deviate from your principles. If you stand in the principle and know that you are right, you don't have to be afraid, because Father told us if we stand on the principle, whoever is one with that principle, they will be here. That's why we're all here tonight.
And when I was here the first time, I had to rush out. But I rushed out with one commitment. That after the election, I would come back and spend a full evening with you. I've kept my commitment. I want to just say a few words to all of you that I've listened very carefully both times I've been here. Listen to songs and to the words, and listen to your encouragements, and listen to your hopes, and listen to your basic program for the city. And I want to say that I will not disappoint you. I will not let you down. That I ran for office for one reason, and that is because I really believe sincerely it is possible to bring righteous government to the city. It is possible, I believe, for a man to believe and to trust in God, and also to run a good government. I believe that the two indeed go hand in hand. And I believe that men and women of God belong in the government. Because I believe that since government, in fact, represent all of us, that we ought to have men and women who control that government to be men and women of God. And therefore I believe very firmly that because I am a man who believes deeply in God, that I'm in the right place. Because I believe there are certain things that men of God will not do. Men of God will not lie. Men of God will not cheat. Men of God will not misuse the office to which they have been elected. Men of God will not abuse the office to which they have been elected.
True.
Men of God will serve the people and will be a servant, not a master.
Amen.
And therefore I believe that because of my faith is rooted in God, that I am where I am because of that belief in God.
Yeah.
And it could not have been different in my view.
Wonderful.
I was bound to win because it was so ordained by God.
Yeah.
And I want to just say in closing that I believe that a lot of words could be said, but I rather live than to talk. And I believe that you speak by your actions louder than you do by your words.
Amen.
And I want all of you who are here to watch me. Watch me. Over the next few months and few years. As you seem to see me slipping a little bit, crack here. Back and talk with me again. I may at some time need some straightening out, but then call me back and talk with me again. But I really believe that the next few years in this city will indeed be a fulfillment of the kinds of things that you've talked about all evening long.
Wonderful.
You've talked about through Father's words, through Mother's words, through the songs that you have espoused, through the poems, and through all of the other spoken words. And I want to just say to all of you that I take this responsibility very, very serious. I take it very, very serious. That I know that I have a unique an unusual opportunity to do something for this city that has never been done before. And I shall go out there and each and every day of my life give it all I have. With honesty, with justice, and with righteousness. Peace.
Special invitation to speak. Father says, be mindful how you entertain strangers, whereby some have entertained angels unawares. And before I give a general invitation to our listening guests, I would particularly like to introduce Attorney Herbert J. Hutton. Having Attorney Hutton with us reminds me of Attorney J. Osmond Norris. How he would really enjoy this evening. When Father made his residence in Philadelphia, Attorney J. Austin Norris really became a friend of Father and the movement, or Father became a friend of his. Father really was his ideal. And we saw Attorney Norris move from his law office on 15th Street to 15th and Chestnut. And Father declared that he could we could be in any part of the city. And it was really wonderful when Attorney Norris had his law firm at 15th and Chestnut Street. Attorney Norris really worked hard to see that qualified people of the minority race got an opportunity. And he endeavored to do it according to the standard that Father advocated. And he was much appreciated and respected by all people. As you know, he headed the Board of Revision of Taxes in Philadelphia for a number of years. So Attorney Hutton is of that same law firm, and we thank Father that he's carrying on as far as the peace mission is concerned, and as taking care of the legal business from time to time as it's needed. And we're very happy to have you with us, Attorney Hutton, and if you would care to have a word to say at this time, we'd be more than happy to hear from you.
To the love of the peace mission movement.
I'm dealing with the other people who sat in that seat of authority, and I know that they can't even shine Mr. Goode's shoes. And that as joyous as we are today, that the job has just begun. That the rolling up the sleeves now, time comes. And a lot of people, they want to see this day come, but when the day comes, they start to run and hide. Because the hard work is getting ready to come. So how many people in here is ready to do the hard work?
That's right.
At that time, if some of you can remember, 40 years ago, a haircut was 10 cents. There was also 15 members in my family, I being the oldest, and my mother and father used to bring us here to eat. It was the only place we could afford to eat. The meals were 15 cents for all you can eat. A few years later, unfortunately, due to inflation and other conditions, the meals went to 36 cents. And we could not afford to eat. But we came when we had to, and we were fed. This mission has a very deep meaning to me. I have not forgotten it. I am glad I can die. If I can support you, please let me know. In return, I ask that you support my here Peace to everyone.
Peace, brother. Peace, Mona. Peace, everyone.
Hey.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say to Mother and many others present about why and how Father and the movement operated, reading many documents, watching many films made available to us. The end result of all of those steps is tonight.
I feel that a multitude of words is not really important to prove that you understand the point. But in this church, I just thank you, Father and Mother, to say that we thank Father and Mother for your personal. Even those who maybe were in a position to financially afford things, they still needed something. And whatever they needed, Father Divine is the one that gave it to them. And today, Father Divine is still the one giving us what we need. Otherwise, we would not be able to enjoy such an atmosphere as this. We would not be able to enjoy such abundance as this. And when you think of all of these people coming from different walks of life, how Father Divine has instilled His mind and spirit in them for years and years and years. And we gather here or wherever Father's name is on any church or any property, and we recognize Father and Mother being present with us. And we appreciate that presence because we know that is what gives us what it takes to carry on.
Right to go to the court here. There are a few other members here from the American Commission which you are familiar with. And that's the fact that you know people bring good government and more business.
Dispensation, the dear our Lord, Father Divine, who reigns on earth among His people. The day is here. The
those words and the melody ringing in our thoughts, in our minds, I wish to conclude the service at this time. I'm going